Hello and welcome to Wow Mom. This is a new program here on SOMAtv. I'm your host, Ingrid Williams, and just to give you a little bit of background about the show, we are going to be talking about all things moms and the adventures that we take on juggling our families, our work life, and even our personal lives to be wonderful, great nurturers to our children. Throughout this journey, I'd like to just introduce some guests to you that can help you manage issues from budgeting to styling to just how to take a 30-second brain break from your day and your stress. And I just invite you all to tune in to Wow Mom to learn some tips, some reinforcements, and just to have a really, really great time. Today's show, we're going to talk with Robyn Fields, who is the owner of Robyn Ross, located here in South Orange, New Jersey. And she's going to educate us on how to dress ourselves. And I know you're thinking, like, you're however many years old, and what do you mean dress yourself? But Robyn's going to tell us how to get the most out of the clothes that we invest in, and some great things that we can have in our wardrobe to go from working during the day to hanging out with the family at night, and even a little date night with your significant other. So without further ado, I will introduce you to Robyn. Hi, Robyn.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. So let me just start off to say I love your store.
Thank you.
And we've become great friends in the store.
We have.
And in there, I just was really, really, really impressed on your styling eye and just how you can, somebody leaves your store with such a wonderful feeling of knowing that they got the perfect item for their body, and they're looking the best that they can. And I thought, wow, why can't I just introduce Robyn to the world here so that every woman can feel a little bit of peace and joy as they step out into their day. And hopefully we can help them along the way.
Thank you. That's what I try to do in my store, and I appreciate that. That was very sweet.
Oh, okay. Enough mush now.
Let's get on with our program.
Just joking. Okay, so how can a mom incorporate some of today's trends, like things that they might see on the runway or on the Vogue magazine or the Bible, aka Cosmo? How can they incorporate some of those things? I know sometimes I look through them and I'm like, I don't think I'd ever wear this because I'd probably have like a peanut butter and jelly stain or a cheese doodle stain.
Well, I think the key is you can't literally translate what is in a magazine to what you're going to wear. It doesn't work for everybody, and this is what I try to tell people, even within my store. Even sometimes I can show an outfit, and that may not be you. You have to pull the things out that make you who you are. I mean, animal prints have been huge for seasons now, and I'm still showing a lot of them in my store. There are people who love animal prints. There are people who really dislike animal prints. If you took a little bit of that, say the scarf, you wore all black, you did the animal print scarf or an animal print shoe or an animal print bag, you don't have to be dressed in cheetah from head to toe, and I wouldn't recommend anyone doing that, although I have seen it. But some of the other big trends are color. Color is huge this season, and they're showing a lot of this colored denim, bright colors and sweaters. You don't have to walk out again in all red, but choose the one thing that you think fits you best, where you can incorporate that trend and then work your regular, wardrobe around it. So this is the best advice that I can give women. And when they come in and they say, I love this metallic stuff, but I don't know if I can pull that off. I said, yeah, you can pull it off, but it just has to be in something that you choose. Maybe it's the belt. Simple, easy solution.
Just to go back there, because I think a lot of times people feel like they have to have either a top or a bottom, like a pants or a shirt or a skirt or whatever, in the latest outfit. So you're really hitting the nail on the head when you're talking about accessories and how your accessories can express the trend rather than, like, I don't think I could get away with metallic pants.
Some people can, and I think you could pull it off. However, yes, accessories play a huge role. If you're afraid of wearing the red jeans, which they're showing all now, and I think I've become a convert, I'm actually going to start selling them myself.
Oh, good.
But if you're afraid of that, do it in the handbag. Okay. Do it in the scarf, where maybe you don't have to spend as much money. If the pants are, $150 to $200 and you're going to wear them a couple times, do it in the red bag and carry that for the season. Sometimes a handbag can take you a whole year too, not even just the fall or just the spring. You can really wear it year round. It just depends. But that's where your stylist helps you. That's when, if you're in my store, I'm going to tell you, you know what? buy the handbag for $100 versus the $200 pair of pants, because if you feel you're going to wear them once, I don't want you to walk out unhappy. I want you to be happy, and I want you to feel like you're involved, like you are, staying current to what Cosmo is saying or what Vogue is saying, and that you'll feel good about yourself and feel good about, hanging out with your other girlfriends or your couple friends by just purchasing the one thing. But that's not for everyone either. Some people are ready. They're ready to jump in and with 2 feet and buy the red pair of jeans or buy the leopard print dress. It really just depends on your individual style and what you're ready to go for, and also what your budget is too.
Yeah, because you always get the mom guilt. I know I do. Like I buy, a $150 pair of shoes or jeans or whatever it is, and I'm calculating all the kid stuff I could have bought with that same, like I could have got 20 juice boxes.
But the other thing is you can't feel guilty about it either.
Yes.
And I don't want people to feel guilt. That's the one thing we shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everyone's on a tight budget these days, but that's what I say. Like if you're going to go in and if you would normally buy 5 things, buy one that you're going to wear most often, and you'll get a lot of use out of it, rather than buying tons of things. I sell fine jewelry in my store, and a lot of people come and they say, oh, I can't afford this, or I, would rather buy 10 pieces of costume. Well, on the other side, would you rather buy one great piece of jewelry that's going to last you, and maybe it was a bigger investment, but save the the $25 or the $200 you would have spent on the many necklaces? So I'm buying a $200 necklace here and a $200 necklace here and a $200 necklace here. Pile all that up and buy one great necklace for $1,500, but you've saved it, you've earned it, you feel great about it. It's not going to break, it's not going to turn colors, and you're going to be happy with your one purchase versus buying all these little small things. So again, it's about choices, but this is what I try to tell people. And again, there's no pressure, it's just I'm offering a little bit of advice, to make you feel better and to make you feel comfortable with what you're buying versus, like you said, oh, I could have spent this all on that. Well, you could still buy all those other things too, but do something for yourself.
And I think that as moms, we often forget to do that. So
We do.
Thank you for reminding us.
We do, yes.
So let's go to, we talked about the trends. So
Right.
now let's go to staples. Like what are some staples that every woman, timeless pieces can have in their wardrobe that then they can just kind of like add on to some of the trends? What are your
Well,
suggestions?
there's several things. First and foremost, I always talk about jeans because I think jeans are a huge thing. Denim has become so big in our daily lives. I mean, most people now can wear jeans to work, even if it's a Friday, maybe not every day, but sometimes a Friday, but it's not a ripped pair of jeans. It's a nice, clean pair of jeans that's acceptable to the workplace. So my feeling and what I tell people is I carry premium denim. Invest in one good pair of jeans, a classic blue that's going to take you in for several years of wear. And that's your investment piece. Take care of them. Pay attention to the washing instructions. If it says dry clean them. It's worth it. You don't have to wash your jeans after every single time you wear them. Wear them 3 or 4 times, unless maybe you've been somewhere and the environment is, maybe it's a smoky environment, I don't know, whatever it is, and you have to wash them. But invest in a good pair of jeans. The second thing I would tell you is invest in a great little black dress. Or some dress, maybe it doesn't have to be black, maybe it's a classic color, maybe it's navy.
Okay.
Navy has been huge, and from fall this year, it's going into spring again. Maybe it's a navy dress. Something that's clean, classic lines. You can throw a blazer over it. You can put leggings underneath it. You can wear it many different ways, and maybe it's, again, an all-season dress. Those jeans are all season. A great blazer is good. Again, usually we go to black, but if black isn't your color, go brown. The other things are layering items. Those would be my staples, but we're all into layering now.
Yeah, and it's been around for a couple seasons
Right,
already.
couple seasons, and it's huge. You don't have to buy the most expensive tank tops or the most expensive layering shirts. In fact, I choose to sometimes carry in my stores the less expensive ones. I'd rather you buy the more fashionable pieces and spend more money on those that are, out there what the world is going to see versus a black tank. They're a dime a dozen, and we go through them so often. But it's key to have those pieces in your wardrobe where, as moms, we're changing all the time. It's hot, it's cold, we're inside, we're outside, we're going to a soccer field, we're going to a school play, we're going to work. You need those layering pieces, in your wardrobe every single day. So those are the key items that I would really look for and stick to in my wardrobe.
Okay, good. So jeans, layering items, a signature dress. A blazer. Awesome.
Oh, also one more, leggings. Leggings are also really big.
Okay.
We've been wearing those now for a couple seasons, and those will take you far too. A great pair of black leggings, and if they're inexpensive enough, buy a few.
Yeah.
Because really we wear them so often.
I know, and then you can wear them like, you can layer the leggings, because I wear them like with with denim skirts, and you know, it's a little
You can
chilly
definitely
outside.
wear
I'll
the
throw a pair of
leggings. And people, I mean, if you're so bold, if you want to get the leg warmers, you can do the leg warmers over the leggings.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah.
New tip. Right, great. So that's awesome. I really think that those are tips, because I know I have one on now, but I wear my black. Well, so I have several of them. My black tank. It's like my signature thing. Anything, blazer, wrap dress, anything. A black tank is going on under it, or a colorful tank. They are a lifesaver, and they really switch it up. Like one day I might have on, black wrap dress with a black tank. Next day, well, not next day, but next wear, same black dress with a fuchsia tank. So yeah, they do make it, and they change up the whole outfit, So I think that's one of the most important things. It's key, because you can really get away with that everywhere. So let's talk about new parents or new moms. And kind of some of the things that they can do once you realize that your body is a little changed after the baby, and all of those things.
So new moms, that's a tough one, and a lot of us have been there. It's really hard after you've just had that baby. You've been wearing maternity clothes for around 9 months, and now the maternity clothes are a little big, but yet you're not back into those regular clothes yet. What do you do? Well, I wouldn't suggest spending a lot of money. That's number one.
Okay.
You probably want to get some transitional pieces. Leggings are a good option. Jeggings are a good option. I say jeggings because it feels like a legging, and maybe it is a denim material. Some of them are denim, some of them are legging material, but they're not as expensive as jeans. They look like jeans, and you can wear them like jeans. So between the leggings and the jeggings, they'll give you the comfort because your belly's going down, and they'll give you the style. The tops that are going to go over them, you can maybe spend a little bit more money on.
Okay, great. So jeggings. We'll pick up after jeggings in 1 second. We're going to take a quick break. This is Wow Mom. I'm your host, Ingrid Williams. I'll be right back after this brief message.
Hi, this is former Governor Tom Kean. I answered the Jersey call to service. Now you can too. Join me and thousands of people from all corners of New Jersey in making the positive changes we need. With only a couple of hours, you can learn how to bring solutions that will cut government waste and improve the quality of life in your hometown. Answer the Jersey call to service. Go to jointhecampaign.com.
And welcome back to Wow Moms. I'm your host, Ingrid Williams, and we will continue talking with Robyn Fields from Robyn Ross Designs. So, Robyn, when we left off, we were talking about new moms and kind of looks and styles that they can incorporate while they recondition themselves to from the traumatic experience of giving birth. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, your body does take on a lot of different changes, and just how to incorporate them into easing your way back into post-baby life.
Right. I mean, just in general, I think, you have to be comfortable. You want to look good. You want to feel good about yourself. You're sleep deprived. You're running around like a crazy person. And I think you feel like your time is not your own anymore. It's a huge transition. So, like I said, comfortable things, like I mentioned before. But if you can invest a little bit more in the tops, do so. Get a great nursing bra if you're nursing, but just be careful, because if you are, then don't invest so much in the tops, because you could have some problems there. But again, just look good, feel good, comfortable shoes, great ballet flats, so you're not walking around in heels all the time when you have the baby. And again, accessories. Throw a great scarf on. Buy a great bag. Buy a great diaper bag. As a mom, that's a great investment. It's your first baby maybe, and you want to feel good and look good. So those are good options after just having a baby.
Yeah, the diaper bag. I don't even think people carry traditional,
not anymore,
plastic vinyl ones like I did. But I know that they have some really great oversized, stylish handbags that can double as diaper bags as well these days now.
They do. I actually get asked that question in my store, is this a diaper bag? And I don't buy diaper bags to sell them, but yes, you can use it. And I've had people buy bags specifically for a diaper bag because they don't want one that looks like a diaper bag.
Yeah.
So, you know, great pockets on the side for the bottles, anything that's inside, you know, different compartments. You can always buy a separate changing pad. You know, a lot of these baby stores, when you're sick of carrying the diaper bag or if the dad just wants to hold it, it's a separate changing pad that can go right inside that bag, that stylish, cute bag that you bought, so you can put all the regular stuff that you're using in addition, the stuff for the baby.
Awesome. Great. I'm sure that some new mom out there is going to be really excited to hear those tips.
Yeah.
I know I would have been.
I would have been too.
So just want to talk a little bit about your in the trenches now as a mom. You may have, you know, a toddler, 5-year-old. I know for me it's now kindergarten time, so girl, it's like activity after activity, and you're so gung-ho when they first can join all these things until you have to start carting them all around.
Right.
And I'm like trying to get dressed for the day, going to, you know, my regular work meetings, and then, oh man, we have Girl Scouts, we have Chinese Kung Fu, we have this, you know, it just gets a little bit out of hand. So what are your suggestions for a mom that's, you know, working 9 to 5, rather her own business or, you know, corporate America, and then at 5 o'clock they have to switch to chauffeur mom, Girl Scout troop leader, and they may not have really a lot of time for any wardrobe changes in between all those things.
Right. Well, one suggestion is, I mentioned this earlier, is that most companies these days don't even require people to wear suits anymore. Separates go a long way. Some people don't even require a jacket. As long as you're wearing, you know, pretty blouse, pretty top, maybe sweater, you know, nice slacks, and a pair of shoes, you're good to go. I definitely would have handy some flats. If you're running around like that, maybe you're commuting from Manhattan, you're taking the train from here or somewhere, racing to get that train, to make sure you hop on it, to get your kid, to pick them up, to take them to the activities is so stressful. They make a lot of these great ballet flats right now that you can fold up and keep in your purse.
Nice.
So when you're ready to go and you know you have to run from the office to the train, throw those on, throw your heels in your bag, or leave your heels at work. I used to do that all the time when I commuted. And so that's a great thing to put in your purse, and it's a very inexpensive way to do it. The next thing is, if you don't have to wear a suit, don't. Maybe there's certain days that you have to, certain days you don't. On the days that you know you have to take your child to do something, don't wear the suit, because it just gets cumbersome with the jacket and everything. If you do have to wear a jacket, maybe wear the separates, not such a, you know, stringent suit jacket. Wear a t-shirt underneath instead of the blouse that day, so you can take it off and you're in it's a dressier t-shirt.
Yeah.
It looks good for work, but you know what? You can wear it with your Girl Scout troop. For the pants, again, a lot of the pants these days are made with a lot of elasticity in them, so they are comfortable. They're not so tight, and they're not so uncomfortable when you're sitting on that train or driving the kids all around. The best way to do it is to really plan ahead on those days. If it's every day, then you kind of got to plan your wardrobe like that. But if it's certain days, that's what I like to do, knowing if I have something after work, I have to be dressed a certain way, I dress that way for work. But those are just the simple tips that you can run from work to get to where you need to be with your child.
That's great. The ballet flats, I'm going to have to invest in a pair because it's
and they're not
like,
expensive. The ones that roll up and you can throw them in a little bag, they're really inexpensive. And for commuting purposes, it's easy.
Yeah, because sometimes I just want to like kick off my shoes and walk barefoot around
Well, the heels
South
are killer.
Avenue.
Yeah, they are killer, the heels.
Yeah. So let's talk about for a while I stayed at home and I felt like I never got dressed, and that just might be me. You know, like I'm not trying to.
A lot of women like
I'm
that.
not trying to compartmentalize all stay-at-home moms, but this one was like sweatpants and a shirt, you know, t-shirt every day. Especially when my daughter was younger, it was like, what's she gonna throw up on today? You know. So, what are your suggestions for the stay-at-home mom that doesn't want to be like me and that just wears sweatpants and a big oversized t-shirt all day, but also wants to be durable for all that comes with being a stay-at-home mom?
I think there's a time and a place for everything, and I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, but you got to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes when you put on like a great pair of jeans, like I say, or a nice pair of like twill pants and a great shirt or sweater, you feel better about yourself. You look better. You want to look good for drop-off and pick up, not to impress anyone or just to feel good about yourself, you know. And, you know, your daughter or son may see that, and they get something out of it, even though you may not think so, that mom looks good today, or she's dressed today, she's not rolled out of her pajamas in bed. And I'm not saying you have to do that too. I mean, I've been there also.
Yeah, that's my story. Mom, you're wearing that to take me to school?
Right.
I guess not.
And you know what? It happens to the best of us, and we don't all wake up on time, and it's acceptable. But you know what? Feel good about yourself. So maybe put yourself together 3 days out of the 5 of the week, or 2 days out of the 5. Look, I go to drop off too sometimes, and I see a lot of the women in their athletic gear. But in the afternoon, they're in normal clothes.
Yeah.
So everyone's in their athletic gear in the morning, because as soon as they drop their children off for school, maybe they're hitting the gym or they're running a couple miles around town. Well, then they go home, they shower, they do what they have to do for their day, and at 3 o'clock pickup or 5 o'clock or whatever it is that they're doing, whenever they pick up, they're dressed. So I think there's a good balance there. That's one of the other keys is, maybe it's workout clothes one day, maybe it's half the day, or maybe it's the sweats on the full day. But if you want to look good and feel good, get dressed a couple days of the week. Just, you know, pull out the stuff from your closet. Maybe it's time to get something else new, just to, you know, reinvigorate yourself, and your children see it. And you feel happy, they're happy, everybody's happy.
Awesome. So I know I have to take those on events. Yeah, have the flexibility of sometimes working from home and all those things, not having to go to, you know, the office per se, and I can really get kind of like, oh, do you really want to get dressed? So I'll have to really, you know,
Right.
It's just one of those things where once the day starts, it just keeps going, and you're dropping the kids off, then you're taking 20 business calls, then you're answering emails, and the next thing you know, you're like, wow, it's 1 o'clock, and I haven't even thought about what outfit I'm going to put on. So just to be able to plan those out a little bit more in advance really is
Just
good advice.
a couple days a
Yes.
week, wake up a little earlier, or you know what? Take a shower at night, dry your hair, and the next day maybe you're dressed. You don't have to maybe shower first thing, maybe you're dressed. Put your hair up in a ponytail, or so you're done, you're polished, but at least you saved your time in the morning. We have to pick and choose where we're going to save time every single day. So something's going to have a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You're clean,
Yeah.
but you showered at night.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I get it. Okay, awesome. So those are really great tips for the stay-at-home mom who may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, or like me, who was just like,
What's the point of getting dressed today?
why am I even writing the student loan check out? Because I'm just a human.
Right.
It was just really, my daughter was really young, so it was just like spills. I felt like I was a human, like, spill mat.
Right.
Like, there was handprints and everything. It was crazy. So that's good. Beautiful. So, Robyn, you're a business owner who has to balance work and family life. Give us a couple of tips on, you know, how you do that and how you apply those things into your own personal life.
Well, I will tell you, it is so tough. Some days I find it impossible. Some days it's not. So some of the tips that I could give some of these moms are, you know, you got to get through your day, you got to power through. But, you know, my children actually have a babysitter after school because I work full time. Sometimes they've gone to aftercare, but sometimes I'll give them a call. How was your day? You know, sometimes they have a great after school activity. How is that going? You know, you really have to give your kids the time. I know it seems impossible, and you have to put down that phone. So at night when I do come home, I put the phone down. I read to my kids, or we look at their homework, or we try to talk about their day. Sometimes I don't get anything from them. It was, you know, I did nothing. But I have 2 boys, and that's kind of what I'll get.
It's
it's universal.
I'll say, what'd you learn at school today? I forgot.
Right.
We're still in school. We're still in the school. Hi, honey.
Right.
How was your day? What'd you learn? I forgot. I know
Right.
I just came out of class, but I forgot.
Right,
Okay,
exactly.
great.
I know.
Good answer.
They went there. Okay. But one thing I tried recently is I made a play date with my kids. And I said, we're going to sometimes, like, either together or individual, sometimes take a couple hours on an individual basis. What do you want to do? Do you want to go to the park? Do you want to go to the movies? Do you want to go do an art project? My kids happen to love art. And I'm pretty creative, so I think of art projects to do at home. Halloween's coming up. So last year we did this crazy stuff with all the pumpkins, and they really came out great, and my kids loved doing it. They loved sharing the ideas. They loved making the pumpkins, and it was something that we did together. And all their friends loved it and said, "Oh, what a great! Oh, I did it with my mom."
Yeah. Oh.
So it was really sweet. And they do other things with their dad that maybe I'm not involved in. They went camping this past weekend, so it's not my thing to go camping, but they did something with their dad. So it's just kind of taking a step back and cluing into your kids, knowing what they like. I mean, you're their parent, you're their mom, so you're going to know. And saying, you know what, would you like to do this on Sunday? Or I'd like to do this with you. What do you think? And sometimes the littlest things, they say it's not quantity, but it's quality. And I believe that. So just, you know, an hour even on a weekend, just the one-on-one time with them is really important.
That's great. And also with hanging out with dad, making dates with your kids, I think is really important. But you just touched on the fact that they hung out with dad going camping, and that also gives you a little bit of
Give me the break.
downtime to, you know, be refreshed and then be wow mom when they return and be able to meet everyone's needs from all the attention that they now need, telling you all about their camping.
Right.
So, one more really good question. What do you do? Name 2 things that you think make you a wow mom.
Oh boy, tough question. 2 things. Well, I think one is what I just mentioned, is the fact that, you know, I took the time out to be in tune with my kids and know what they like and to be able to share that time with them. The other thing that makes me a wow mom is the fact that I do work and I do what I do. And even if you don't work, that can make you a wow mom also. But you work in other ways.
Yes.
So I think the kids see that and they see your accomplishments in whatever it is that you do, and that resonates with them. They know that, in my example, mommy has a job, mommy has a store, and they hear about my day and they hear about things, and they actually ask me, they go, Mom, did you sell anything today? How'd you do, Mom? How was you? And it's sweet, like, to get that back and forth. So I'm checking in with them, they're checking in with me. I think that makes a great wow mom.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Robyn. Thank you so much for taking the time out to give our guests some great tips on how they can style themselves. We hope that you learned some great tips here today, talking with Robyn. What any of the spectrum that you kind of fell into in our conversation today, we just hope that you can take them back and add a little bit of joy into your day, and a couple of pieces too. Thank you for tuning in. We hope that this is the start of a great friendship here at Wow Mom Show. Again, my name is Ingrid Williams, and I am a Wow Mom. Thank you for watching, and have a great night.